Alright guys, today we're going to be looking at newly signed NRG Valorant members, IGL, FNS, and Coach Chet. They are genius innovators, and they found a way to take a slightly imbalanced Stinger and a newly buffed Phoenix and make them cogs in an eco machine. I'm Casper, this is how they did that, let's check it out. Okay, so just before we get into the actual execution of the strat and showing a couple rounds, I'm just going to give you guys a quick visual of the idea that Chet and FNS are going for, and then we can hop into those. Alright, so here we are on Valoplant, and the idea behind the concept here is that on Haven, FNS and Chet figured out that you can utilize the combination of Fade and Phoenix together to cut off enough space that you will always be in range for the Stinger to be effective, even against rifles on a full buy. What they do is they use this Phoenix Flame Wall and this Haunt and just default smokes, the usual. And that will make sure that you can isolate this side of the site, and the Haunt is going to make sure that no one is close to the wall or back here that are going to swing you when you're not ready for it. So you walk up, you take this right side, and look how tiny this space is. That's Stinger range already. You push up to this back side of default, and if we remember now, Phoenix flashes are basically undodgeable. So you clear out Hell, Phoenix flashes back here, and he fights this space, with everybody there being flashed. And by the time he does this, the Flame Wall is down. So now Phoenix has this area, Fade is pushing, and they can clear all of this together as a team. And we have to remember too, there's probably 4 or 5 people here, it's not just them two. So you just suffocate the players that are on site. And the cool thing is that this is not exclusive to a site. You can do this on every single site on this map. You take B side, cut off left, smoke right, and then look at all of this space. You are just Stinger fighting in that tiny little space. If you don't want to deal with backside, boom. And you just fight all of this. You get the Fade Haunt here, and you make sure no one's going to swing the wall. Done. You want to do it on the other side? Boom. Cut off the right, smoke here, smoke here if you really want to. And you just Fade Haunt here. And look at how close range all of this space is. It's incredible. You want to go to C site? C site's really fun, actually. I think this one is really cool. You can do the Flame Wall basically from this box, and it'll cut off all of this backside area, and you do something like a Fade Haunt here. So you can Phoenix Flash around this corner and clear out all of this area, super free. You can run up to back site, and this Haunt is basically, isolated every single player that's going to be playing plat. You win that for free. And then you just, push onto here. Or even just don't take the space. You plant here, and you just play post plant. It's super simple. You can also, if you really think that your front sight is pretty easy, you can do the default smokes, and you can just Phoenix Wall this back half. You do a Fade Haunt here, and it's super free. You clear out all of this space first, and then the Fade Haunt is going to clear logs for you, and it's going to clear this back site area. You get a Phoenix Flash right about here, and you've won Plat. Plat is completely isolated from everyone on his team. And once you have control of that, the Flame Wall comes down, and you've got one set of people wrapping logs, and then you can push back site. And you have Stingers in this tiny little area. You've just won everything. And that's the concept that they came up with for this map. Everything in the game. You want to take Garage, Stingers win. You want to take Short, Stingers win. It's so simple, but it's so genius. It's incredible. Alright, now here's where things really start getting fun. We're going to look at an actual round with this concept in action. It's Optic versus DRX, and if you look at this buy here, there's one rifle on the Omen, and then there's a Stinger on Phoenix and a Frenzy on Fade. And that's all they've got. They've got the Chamber ult, but, he's not really going to do much with that this round. And if you look, 4 rifles and 1 op. So this is very much a full buy for DRX. And we're going to go to the minimap and just look at the positions. You can see Optic has 3 people pushing up mid kind of towards B, and they have the Phoenix and the Fade going up A long. So you would look at this and you would naturally think, okay, it's probably going to be like a B hit, they plant, they fall back, maybe they use like a little bit of fake pressure from these two. The round actually plays out a lot different than you would think. Just to let you guys know, this is going to be in halftime, because I'm going to be pausing a lot, and I want to show you this execute in action. So it's going to start here, and you can see, boom, there's the Phoenix wall. It comes up, you play it forward a little second, and then boom, the Fade Haunt. And Phoenix has now cleared out all of this right side and hell, and he's running up, and the flash comes right there. Undodgeable, by the way. I wasn't lying to you guys, I promise. And this is where the execute changes. Everything up to now was kind of what we drew out, but the difference was that the Fade here shot the Haunt. And that's the signal for Optic to say, okay, we need to do something different because someone is going to contest us. So what they end up doing is they send a Prowler through the Phoenix wall like this, and it hits the Fade right here. So they know that there's a player right there, and the Phoenix flashes the wall and is just going to run down this Fade. The response from DRX, you can kind of see it starting here, is this smoke that they put on site. Because they have this jet looking down with an op here, and they have the Fade on site. So they think the smoke is going to help just keep them safe. This is a massive mistake. And let's see why. Because the Phoenix just runs into the smoke, and look at that. Point blank Stinger versus a rifle, that's the easiest kill Victor's ever gotten in his life. And it's even worse because who's going to trade him? Like, the Breach can't see him, and the Jet has an op looking into a smoke. Like, there's no chance. So Victor just reloads here, and he's free. And the Fade now is coming up back sight, and is going to prowl around this corner to the Breach. And if we take a look at the mini-map here, if you'll remember, we said that they were probably going to take B side and plant. No, they didn't want it. They said, oh, this site is free? Don't care. Let's go A-Link. Because the plan from the start of the round was they knew they were going to win A. FNS and Chet designed this play because they were so confident that no matter how many DRX players were on site, the Phoenix and the Fade would take it. They would win no matter what. So the B players come through here, and the Fade just is about to Prowler this Breach and make him fall back. And look at the Omen. He's just falling back straight into an Omen who's the only player with a rifle. So he dies, and now all you've got left is this Jet that's on site with an op, and the Omen that's about to ult into Heaven. So what does the Jet do? Well, the Jet is like, I have to kill someone. And you know, he gets pretty close. Look at this one. Ooh, that's painful. And what do you do now? I mean, there's 4 people. You just try and shorty out. But he gets spammed. Even if he didn't, Victor was right here, probably going to kill him. And you can see up here, the Fade just shot the Omen that's peeking out of Heaven to try and help the Jet. So now, look at the turnaround. All 5 members of Optic are alive. And now most of them have guns. And it's just this KJ that's still in their spawn. You know, they came into this round with 1 rifle, a Stinger, and a Frenzy against 4 rifles and an op. And they flawless DRX with just strategy. It wasn't even talent. There was no, tens miracle, oh, this guy just out-aimed his opponent. No. This is the innovation that NRG Valorant is getting with their new IGL and their new coach. They're getting the power to look at what's in the game and to not just say, well, this has been solved and it's good, so let's just use it. And instead, they'll create their own ideas and they'll win rounds with what Riot has given them, instead of what the rest of the pro scene has given to them. This is a masterclass. Alright guys, that's all for today. I hope y'all enjoyed this analysis. I really hope to be able to make more of these how they did it film reviews and mix them into my regular content, because this kind of innovation in strat creation is so nerdy, and it's the kind of stuff I love about this game. My next video is going to be back to the regular content, and I'll probably be looking at the new agent Harbor and giving some guides for the beginning of that meta. For all of you that enjoyed this, feel free to subscribe and check out some of the other content I've got on the channel, or hit the bell and stay tuned for what's coming next. Thanks for watching, and as always, have a great day.